It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And we've got Breece Hall, who's one of the best in the league at running the ball, sitting in fourth.
It's the Jets and the Cardinals, and it's coming up next.
But if you're going to play football in Arizona, a dome and air conditioning, those are two good things to have, and we've got both here at State Farm Stadium, just west of downtown Phoenix. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they come in off a loss last time out, but overall they've been playing well. 6 wins and 8 prior to that defeat. A former Lion, Matt Prater, has it teed up, ready to go, and we are underway now from Glendale. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here come the Jets to take over. Led at quarterback by a man back to full health in season number 20 now, and his second one in New York, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And they're down to the 41. The Jets at 6-3 on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them. Galvanize themselves and go forward and get a win in this one.
The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Caught, it's Wilson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. This completes a Corley. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with Hall. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Throwing is Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. The Cardinals offense heading out, and they do so behind Kyler Murray, their dynamic quarterback in his 6th season now from Oklahoma.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and a couple. First carry for James Conner, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Murray now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Jets will take over. The Jets offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back. His name right there at the top. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Hall. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Cardinals, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Now it's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
There's Hall bringing in another one. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Here's Rodgers to throw. Allen here on the screen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll run with Allen. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Rodgers going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing now is Rodgers. Flushed out right. Going right back to Wilson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Rodgers to throw once more. Flush to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And Connor going to pick up a Cardinals first down as the tackle made at the 42. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. Big strides, look at him go. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey McBride, 58 yards. And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. And New York set to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
First down, New York.
Now Rodgers. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Rodgers now to throw. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. That one taken in by Corley. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side, Wilson. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Robert Saleh, one to take chances. His guys will go for 2 here. Rodgers will throw for it, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Cardinals going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the visiting Bills who were able to come away with the victory on the road. Josh Allen, another strong game as his guys move to 9-1 on the season. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And at the half, they have the lead over the visiting Titans. 3 touchdown passes in that one for Justin Herbert. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Murray now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's counter. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Murray a give. This is counter. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Jets force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
The Jets offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here of the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. Paul again. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Straight ahead is Hall. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
A gain of 16 yards. First down, New York.
Here's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Here's a 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Mike Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw, it's Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for the Cardinals. First down. First and 10 at the 40.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Here's Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
From the gun, Murray. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Samuel Aguavin, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line. Now Murray. Able to get this one to McBride. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Throwing now is Murray. Rolling to his left. Murray fighting, lost the football. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21.
The Cardinals take over first and 10.
A give running right is Connor. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Now we're first and 10 at the 11.
Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Murray now. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They run behind center with Connor. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cards have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jets have got it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On first down, right back to Hall.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 31.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Rodgers going to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Hall ought to give up the middle.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now 2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it.
Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little under a minute to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down. To throw is Murray.
That is caught downfield by Harrison.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
That's pulled in by Wilson.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Here's 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Murray, one final try. Being chased at, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. So it's a win here for the Jets. And we've said it so many times in the past, but it was Aaron Rodgers, CD, who really led the way.
Yeah, you had to like what you saw. He was on point the whole game. Wound up going over 300 yards with 3 touchdown passes. That will definitely get the job done.
So for the Jets, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12.